Welcome back to Career Power Hyderabad, powered by Adda 24/7. So students, today we'll discuss the important MCQs. But before going into the session, please subscribe our YouTube channel, like our videos, share our videos, and also download the Career Power Hyderabad app. We currently provide coaching for Bank, SSC, RRB as well as for SI Constable. So students, so let us go into the MCQ today. So first MCQ for today. So RBI has increased the limit for collateral free loans to self-help groups under the NRLM scheme, so National Rural Livelihood Scheme. So what is the new limit? So RBI has increased the limit for collateral free loans to self-help groups under the National Rural Livelihood Scheme. So what is the new limit? So the new limit is 20 lakh. Earlier it is 10 lakh. Now the new limit is 20 lakh. Okay, so please remember it is 20 lakh. So very important for the upcoming bank examinations. So RBI has raised the limit for the collateral free loans to self-help groups under Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, which is currently the National Rural Livelihood Scheme mission. So in this mission, so earlier 10 lakhs were given, now 20 lakhs were given, and earlier self-help groups were given 10 lakhs without any collateral, without any margin. Now 20 lakhs will be given without any collateral, without any margin. So this scheme, National Rural Livelihood Mission, is a flagship program of the Government of India, mainly for promoting poverty reduction through building strong institutions for poor, particularly women, enabling these institutions to access a range of financial services and livelihoods. So RBI Governor currently Shaktikant Das, RBI headquarter Mumbai, RBI established 1935. So do remember all these points, very important, because we have more questions on RBI today. So next question is also about RBI. So RBI has announced to levy penalties of banks where ATMs run out of cash. So RBI has announced to levy penalties on banks, so where ATMs run out of cash. So this scheme will come into force on which day? So this scheme will come into force on which day? The answer is October 1st, 2021. So from October 1st, 2021, if any of the ATM is showing no cash board, so definitely RBI will impose penalty under the scheme called the Scheme of Penalty for Non-Replenishment of ATMs. So under this scheme, so both ATMs and white label ATMs. So white label ATMs are ATMs run by non-banking companies. So they will charge amount from the card issuing companies. So white label ATMs. So if you see outside, you will find Tata IndiCash. So Tata IndiCash is not a bank, but they are having ATMs. So this is a white label ATM run by Tata company. So they will charge fees on the card issuing company. Suppose if you are drawing money from SBI, SBI will pay money. If you are drawing HDFC from HDFC, HDFC will pay money. So likewise, Tata IndiCash will charge on the bank issuing, card issuing banks. Okay. So now RBI will impose penalty on both ATMs, automated teller machines, as well as white label ATMs if they are running out of cash. So concerned with the inconvenience caused to public due to the non-availability of cash in ATMs, so RBI decided to penalize banks for failure to replenish the currency notes. Okay. So this scheme will maintain sufficient cash available to the public through ATMs, and it will be implemented from October 1st, 2021. Okay. So do remember these points. So what is the condition to penalize? So if any ATM is running more than 10 hours in a month without cash, so 10,000 penalty will be imposed on the ATM. So if ATM is running more than 10 hours in a month without cash, more than 10,000 will be imposed on ATM. Okay, per ATM. Okay, in case of white label ATMs, so penalty will be imposed on bank which is issuing the cash, and bank can redirect this penalty to the white label ATM operators. So these are all the details about this scheme. So next question we already discussed yesterday. So Javelin Throw Day was declared by Athletics Federation of India on which of the following day? Javelin Throw Day is declared on August 7th. So we already discussed August 7th when Neeraj Chopra achieved gold in Javelin Throw. So this day is observed as the Javelin Throw Day in India, mainly to encourage youth towards this sport. Okay, so do remember all these points yesterday we discussed. So what is the theme for this year meeting of India Internet Governance Forum 2021? What is the theme for this year meeting of India Internet Governance Forum 2021? The answer is Inclusive Internet for Digital India. Inclusive Internet for Digital India. So Anil Kumar Jain, the current CEO of National Internet Exchange of India, which is working under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and who is also the chairman of coordinating committee, announced the launch of India Internet Governance Forum. So the theme for this year is Inclusive Internet for Digital India. So this forum mainly is an Indian chapter of the United Nations based forum. Okay, so this forum will be a discussion platform mainly for the representatives to discuss public policy issues related to internet. And India is the second largest broadband subscription country in the world, as well as highest data consumption per user per month. So in India we use a lot of data per month per user. So see the usage of internet in India. Okay, so that is why we started this India Internet Governance Forum. So next question. So Nagaland state was conferred with national awards on the first Vandan Annual Awards 2020-21. So how many awards did Nagaland achieve? So Nagaland was conferred with national awards, okay, on first Vandan Annual Awards 2020-21. So how many awards did Nagaland achieve? The answer is 7 awards. So Nagaland achieved 7 total 7 awards. So this was the first time Vandan Annual Awards were given on the 34th Foundation Day of the TriFed. We already discussed about TriFed, Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. Okay, so these awards were presented by the Union Tribal Minister Arjun Munda. So if you see these 7 awards, so 7 awards were given for the best survey state, first position, best training, first position, most number of VDVKS, Vandan Vikas Kendra clusters, Vandan Vikas Kendra clusters, okay, and also third position in best sales generated, and third position in best innovation and creativity, and 2 more awards were innovative and creative product ideas like gooseberry wine, mushroom cultivation in Nagaland. Okay, so total 7 awards. So these are all the 7 awards. Okay, so please remember the Chief Minister of Nagaland, very important, Nephew Rio, and Governor of Nagaland R.N. Ravi. So R.N. Ravi, Governor, Chief Minister, Nephew Rio. So do remember all these points. Okay, so next question. So which country has granted a patent relating to a food container based on fractional geometry to an AI system called DA-Bus? So which country has given patent to an artificial intelligence system called DA-Bus? Okay, so this DA-Bus is an artificial intelligence system, and this country has given patent to an artificial intelligence system, not to a human. So the answer is South Africa. So South Africa has issued a patent to an artificial intelligence system. So for the first time in the history. Okay, so this DA-Bus is abbreviated as Device for the Autonomous Bootstrapping of Unified Sentience. Okay, so this DA-Bus is an artificial system. It is not a human being, and patent was issued on the artificial intelligence system. So this system was created by Stephen Thaler, who is a pioneer in the field of AI and programming. So this DA-Bus system will stimulate the human brainstorming and will create new innovations. Okay, so it is often referred to as the creativity machines because of their capability of independent and complex functioning. So it is different from Siri, which is voice of the Apple iPhone. Siri will understand our requirement, it will show us in the website or app or in the phone. This DA-Bus system, it will create new inventions. Okay, so this created a new system called the food container based on fractal geometry. Okay, so this DA-Bus system, they applied for patents all around the world, including USA, Europe, Australia and South Africa. South Africa was the first country to grant permission, then comes Australia. Okay, so this is about the DA-Bus system. So remember, South Africa capitals So South Africa has three capitals, one executive, one legislative, one judicial. So Cape Town, Pretoria and Bloemfontein. Okay, so Bloemfontein. So three capitals for South Africa, and South Africa currency, South African rand. So do remember. So these are all the capitals and currency. So do remember about South Africa. So because it is in news, very rarely it is in news, now it is in news. So also there are a lot of conflicts happening in South Africa, communal violence. So you may get a question on South Africa, so do remember. Next question. So which social media platform has launched a 1-year joint initiative with UNICEF, okay, for child welfare? So which social media platform has launched a 1-year initiative with UNICEF? The answer is Facebook. So Facebook and UNICEF India both have launched this 1-year initiative mainly to end violence against children and special focus on online safety. So this partnership will create a safe environment for children both online and offline, and mainly to improve children resilience, capacity to access the digital world safely, increase awareness on the violence against children and its impact on children, family and community, and increase the skills for community and frontline workers to better prevent and respond to the violence. Okay, so this partnership will include a nationwide social media campaign and a capacity building of 1 lakh school children on online safety, digital literacy and psychological support. So these are all the activities done and all the objectives of this campaign. And Ayushman Khurrana, who is currently the UNICEF India celebrity advocate on ending violence against children, so he also participated in this event. So UNICEF headquarters New York, UNICEF established in 1946, and Facebook established 2004, Facebook currency of Mark Zuckerberg, and Facebook headquarters California, USA. So do remember all these points. Okay, so next question, very important question, because he is the first vice president. So Mohammad Mokbir. So Mohammad Mokbir is the first vice president of which of the following country? So he is named as the vice president of which of the following country? The answer is Iran. The answer is Iran. So Iran new president, you know, Iran new president Ibrahim Raisi. So Ibrahim Raisi named Mohammad Mokbir as the first vice president. So if you see Mohammad Mokbir history, earlier this person served as the head of the execution of Imam Khomeini order, which is called Sitad, since 2007. So this Sitad was originally established in 1980, mainly to confiscate the properties following the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Okay, so Mohammad Mokbir was the head of the execution of the order. Now he is the vice president of Iran. So let us go into the details about the history of this 1979 Iranian revolution. So this was started by Imam Khomeini, who is the founder of the Islamic Republic of Iran and the leader of the 1979 Iranian revolution. So he overthrew the last Shah, the last emperor of Iran, Muhammad Rizwa, and ended the Persian monarchy. So later on he became the country supreme leader, and it was created, this country supreme leader post was created in the Constitution of Islamic Republic, the highest political and religious authority of the nation. Okay, so till 1989, so he was the supreme leader. Now currently the supreme leader is Ali Khamenei. So Ali Khamenei is the current supreme leader. And also remember, Iran president Ibrahim Raisi and Mohammad Mokbir, Ibrahim first vice president. President, vice president, supreme leader. Very important. Iran is always in news. Iran capital Tehran, Iran currency Iranian Rial. So do remember all these points. So next question. Who among the following has been roped into RBI for banking fraud awareness campaign? For banking fraud awareness campaign. So he is Neeraj Chopra, the gold boy of India. So Neeraj Chopra is now the RBI's brand ambassador for the banking fraud awareness campaign. So RBI has started this public awareness campaign mainly to warn people about the digital banking frauds. So for this campaign, RBI has roped in Neeraj Chopra. So Neeraj Chopra will urge users not to divulge their details like OTP, CVV number, ATM pin in front of anyone. And users need to keep changing their online passwords, PIN numbers frequently and immediately. They need to block their ATM cards if one loses them. So he will give a message, his video message will go viral. It will circulate to educate people. Okay. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced a national edible oil mission, mainly palm oil. So mainly related to palm oil. So national edible oil mission, mainly related to palm oil. So how many crore project is this? So it is 11,000 crore mission. So PM Modi has announced the 11,000 crore palm oil mission called the National Edible Oil Mission, oil palm. So mainly to increase the production of palm oil in India, and the target is to raise the domestic production by 3 times to 11 lakh metric tons by 2025-26. So if you see about palm oil, which is an edible vegetable oil derived from the fruit of oil palm trees. So it is derived by 2 techniques. One is crude palm oil, where you will squeeze the fleshy fruit. Second is palm kernel oil, where you will crush the kernel or stone which is present in the middle of the fruit. Okay, the stone, the seed which is present in the middle of the fruit. So why palm oil is so important? Why India is focusing on palm oil? Because 50% of the packed products contain palm oil. So if you see supermarkets, 50% of the packed products will contain palm oil, soaps or shampoos or these FMCGs, fast moving consumer goods like food products, packed food products, you will find palm oil. So this oil is very versatile, okay, and not only used as a edible vegetable oil, but also used in the production of detergents, plastics, cosmetics and biofuels. So see the importance of palm oil. Palm oil is present everywhere, okay. So it is the most consumed vegetable oil in the world, and India doesn't have more production. We import a lot of palm oil. So that you recently, before 2 months I think so, there was rise in palm oil price. Palm oil went into 100, 150, 160, 170 also. And people were scared of buying palm oil because of the price rise. Okay. So if you see the top producers, palm oil is native to Africa, but currently it is in Southeast Asia. So Indonesia, Malaysia are the top producers. They cover nearly 85% of the oil supply. And top consumers are India, China and European Union. And you know, we use a lot of palm oil in our homes and also in these products. So India is the largest consumer. India, China, European Union. Whereas top producers are Southeast Asian nations, Indonesia and Malaysia. Okay. So this mission, National Edible Palm Oil Mission, with an investment of nearly 11,000 crores. So it will focus on northeast states and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which are viable weather conditions for the production of palm oil. So under this scheme, so the oil palm farmers, they will be provided financial assistance and remuneration. Okay. So these are about details about this scheme. So next question, what is the rank of India in the new Global Youth Development Index 2020? So what is the rank of India in a new Global Youth Development Index 2020? The answer is 122. So 122 is the rank of India in Global Youth Development Index 2020. So Commonwealth Secretariat in London, so they released this report, the Global Youth Development Index 2020, which will measure the conditions of young people across 181 countries. And as per this index, India rank is 122. Let us see the top 5 countries. Top 5 countries: rank 1 Singapore, rank 2 Slovenia, rank 3 Norway, rank 4 Malta, rank 5 Denmark, and the bottom 5 countries are Chad, Central African Republic, South Sudan, Afghanistan, Niger. So 4 out of 5 last countries are African countries. And top 5 improvers, if you see the top 5 improvers from past 8 years, India, Afghanistan, Russia, Ethiopia and Burkina Faso. So these are the top 5 performers: India, Afghanistan, Russia, Ethiopia and Burkina Faso. Okay. So these countries were ranked based on between 0 to 1. So mainly the index will cover developments in youth education, employment, health, equality and inclusion, peace and security, political and civic participation. So this is about the new Global Youth Development Index. Okay. So next question. So which bank has unveiled Digital Prayas, an app-based digital lending platform to facilitate loans to entrepreneurs from low-income groups? So which bank has launched this Digital Prayas, mainly to provide loans to low income groups? The answer is SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India. Small Industries Development Bank of India has launched this program called Digital Prayas, which is an app-based digital lending platform, so which will provide loans to entrepreneurs from low income groups. The main objective is to sanction a loan by the end of the day. Okay, so this platform will be providing loans mainly for the MSMEs. It will promote finance, develop MSMEs in India. So initially they have tied up with Big Basket, you know Big Basket, who provide groceries. It's an online grocery platform. It will provide loans to their delivery partners for purchase of e-bikes and e-vans. So SIBD will provide loans to Big Basket partners for purchase of e-bikes and e-vans. So SIBD established in 1990 and headquartered in Lucknow. Okay, so do remember, very important bank. Okay, we'll go into the next question. So which state government has announced a new award after former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi for outstanding performance in IT industry? So which state government has launched this new award? So recently Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna award was changed to Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna award. And now consequent event where you can see a state government has announced a Rajiv Gandhi award on performance in IT. So the answer is Maharashtra. So Maharashtra state government has announced to introduce Rajiv Gandhi award for firms which are excelling in IT sector. So this award is titled the Rajiv Gandhi Award for Excellence in IT sector. So this will be conferred on institutions and companies for their outstanding performance in IT on August 20, the birth anniversary of Rajiv Gandhi. So this award will mainly given for companies which are having new ideas and innovations. It will be given by the Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, and Maharashtra IT Corporation Limited, Maha IT, is appointed as a nodal agency to select the companies to be awarded. So if you see about Rajiv Gandhi, who is the 6th Prime Minister of India, he is credited with bringing IT revolution in India. So his policy decisions created bringing computers at reduced price and spreading the telecommunication network in India. So his decisions helped IT revolution in India. So that is why on his name this particular award was launched. So Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshoria and Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. Okay. So next question. Finance Ministry has informed Rajya Sabha that over how many crore Jan Dhan accounts are inoperative. So in Rajya Sabha a question was asked by member and Finance Ministry has answered it, that how many crore Jan Dhan accounts were inoperative. The answer is 5.82 crore. So 5.82 crore Jan Dhan accounts are inoperative. Okay, so this is the 14% of the total accounts, and out of these 5.82 crore accounts, women inoperative accounts are nearly 2.02 crore, which is 35% of the total inoperative accounts. Okay, so 5.82 crore are inoperative, 2 crore women accounts, of which 2 crore women accounts are inoperative. So at least 1 out of 10 Jan Dhan accounts are inoperative. Okay, so this is inoperative accounts. And how can you call it inoperative? According to RBI, if savings or current account should be treated inoperative or dormant if there is no transaction in the account over a period of 2 years. In the past 2 years, if there is no transaction in the savings or current account, then it is called inoperative. So the total number of Jan Dhan accounts is 42.8 crore, okay, with a balance of nearly 1.43 lakh crores, of which how many are inoperative? 5.82 crore. How many women accounts? 2.02 crore. Okay, so this scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, was launched in 2014. So Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana was launched in 2014. So it is a bank savings, basic bank savings deposit account opened in any bank branch or business correspondent, the bank Mitra outlet, by persons who are not having any other account. So there is no requirement to maintain minimum balance in these accounts, and there are a lot of benefits. So interest will be given on this account, RuPay debit card will be given, an accidental insurance of 2 lakhs, and overdraft facility of 10,000. So this is about the Jan Dhan accounts. Okay. So last question for today. Saranya Shashi, who passed away recently, is a famous which personality? Which she belongs to which the category? So Saranya Shashi is a famous actress in Malayalam. So Malayalam actress Saranya Shashi, who prominently worked in television industry, Malayalam television industry, has passed away at the age of 35 at a very smaller age. She was undergoing treatment for her brain tumor and she was infected with COVID-19. Even though recovered from COVID-19, so COVID related complication had deteriorated her health and she expired recently. She featured in many Malayalam television shows like Karuta Muthu and Hari Chandanam, and also worked in many Malayalam films like Chakko Randaman, Chota Mumbai and Talapovu. So these are all the movies she acted. Famous personality in Malayalam film industry and TV industry. Okay, so these are all the important MCQs for today. Please subscribe our YouTube channel, like our videos, share our videos, and also join the Telegram channel for this PDF. All the important PDFs are available in Telegram channel, and also you can answer MCQs daily in our Telegram channel. And do download the Career Power Hyderabad app. We will provide the link in the description as well as comment section. Okay, so thank you students. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you one and all.